Welcome you all. I'm Gauri from Department of Biotechnology. Today's section is about gene therapy. Gene therapy has been studied for more than 40 years and can help stop or slow the effect of genes on the most basic level of the human body in our genes. Gene therapy is which DNA introduced into the patient, we call it is an gene therapy. The treatment of genetic disease by introducing the proper gene into the patient, we call it is a gene therapy. The gene is used to treat the genetic disease, we call it is a remedial gene or remedial DNA or gene drug or gene medicine. Here, the gene therapy is nothing but the novel treatment method which utilize the genes or short oligonucleotide sequence as a therapeutic molecules instead of we can use any other conventional drug compounds. This type of technique is widely used to treat the defective genes. It involves the introduction of one or more foreign genes into an organism to treat acquired genetic defects. This type of disease is treated with a minimal toxicity. There are two types of gene therapy. One is somatic gene therapy and germline gene therapy. What is somatic gene therapy? The treatment of genetic disease by introducing remedial gene into the somatic cells. We call it is a somatic gene therapy. For example, we can say spleen cells, liver cells, etc. What is germline gene therapy? The treatment of genetic disease by introducing remedial gene into the sperm, egg or zygote. We call it is a germline gene therapy. There are two methods of gene therapy. First is in vivo and ex vivo gene therapy. What is in vivo gene therapy? The transfer of genes directly to the cells inside the body. We call it is an in vivo gene therapy. Next one is ex vivo gene therapy. The transfer of genes into the patient cells outside the body. We call it is an ex vivo gene therapy. In ex vivo gene therapy, the genes are transferred into the cells grown in the culture and the cells will be selected, multiplied and introduced into the patient. This type of cells will avoid the human system rejection into the introduced cells. Here, the cells are sourced initially from the patient to be treated and grown in the culture before being reintroduced into the same individual. This type of approaches can be applied to the tissues like hematopoietic cells and skin cells which can be removed from the body. We can see the systemic diagram of ex vivo gene therapy. Here, the patient which is suffering from disease, the cells will be harvested that will be grown in the culture medium. After this, it transfer into the defective gene of the nucleus. Here, the recombinant RNA of the normal gene will be present in this nucleus. And on another side, it has a multifunctional proteins that will go for a reverse transcriptase. After this reverse transcriptase, will go for translations and will be enters into the reinfusion of the engineered cells of the protein. In vivo gene therapy, the gene transfer involves the transfer of clone genes directly into the tissues of the patient. In these cases, the tissues whose individuals cannot be cultured in vitro in sufficient numbers. In vivo gene therapy, we are using the liposome-mediated gene transfers. Here, the certain viral vectors will be employed for this purpose because of lack of any other mode of selections. In these cases, the viral vectors and such type of culture cells often used which have been infected with the recombinant retroviruses. In vivo gene therapy, we are using the vector producing cells. Here, the cells will be transfer the genes to the surrounding disease cells. The efficiency of the gene transfer and expression will determine the success of this approach because there will be a lack of any way of selections and amplification of cells which take up and express the foreign genes. So we are using the therapy genes that can be inserted into the viral DNA. After using into that, we can use a liposome mediated gene transfers or as a plasmid DNA. Here we can using the genetically altered DNA is inserted into the patient body by direct tissue injections. Here, the insert DNA will be incorporated into the specific cells and producing the needed protein by the insert gene. The difference between the in vivo and ex vivo gene therapy. In vivo gene therapy, it is less invasive, and it will be ex vivo, it will be more, and it is technically simple and it will be technically complex. Here we are using the vector introduced directly, and no vectors can be introduced directly. Here will be a safety check is possible, and there will be no safety checks will be possible in the in vivo gene therapy. There are three strategies of gene therapy. The first one is gene augmentation therapy. In this, we are using the gene. This gene one will be introduced into the disease cells, and later it is converted into a normal phenotypic range. Another strategy is targeting killing of specific cells. It involves the utilizing genes encoding toxic compounds, or we can say it is an prodrugs that will be kill the transformed cells. This type of approaches is used in cancer gene therapies. Here, next one is target inhibition of gene expression. This is to block the expression of disease cells or new gene expressing a protein which is harmful for a cell. This is particularly will be suitable for the treating infection disease and some cancers. There are two approaches of gene therapy. One is classical, the another is non-classical. In classical gene therapy, it involves a therapeutic gene delivery and their optimum expression once inside the target cells. Here, the Forgene gene carry out the following functions. It produces a product that the patient lacks. The next one, it produces toxins so the disease will be killed. Automatically, what happens? The cells will be activated of the immune system so as to help in killing the disease cells. In non-classical gene therapy, it involves the inhibition of expression of genes associated with the pathogenesis or to correct a genetic defect and restore the normal gene expression. The next one is target cells for gene transfers. Here disease as well as then target cells. Here the cancer, inherited monogenic disease, infection disease. In cancer, we are using the target cells like tumor cells, antigen presenting cells, blood progenitor cells and T cells. In inherited monogenic disease, lung epithelial cells, macrophages, T cells and blood progenitor cells. The another is infection disease. It contains T cells and blood progenitor. There are two types of gene therapy vectors. One is viral vectors and another one is non-viral vectors. What is viral vectors? It otherwise known as transduction vectors. This type of vectors will be used for only specific cells. For example, adenovirus, retrovirus, adeno-associated virus, lentivirus, and vaccinavirus and herpes simplex viruses. There are two types of non-viral vectors. One is physical methods and the another one is chemical methods. In physical methods, we are using the electroporation, gene gun and sonophorations. In chemical methods, oligonucleotides, lipoplex and inorganic nanoparticles. In this gene therapy, we have seen about the gene augmentation, gene approaches and different types of vectors. So far, we have seen about the gene therapy, gene approaches, gene augmentations, and there will be different types of gene therapy like classical gene therapy and non-classical gene therapy, and different type of vectors like viral and non-viral vectors. Thank you.